Hello YouTube and welcome to this week's video. My name's Alex and today I'm going to talk about a slightly controversial topic. Medication or therapy. Now just sit back for a second and imagine what you would do if you were faced with that choice. I mean, maybe you've already done it, maybe it's not something that you need to imagine because maybe you've already taken those steps, but if you're a friend or a family member watching this, imagine for a second that you are told you have a mental illness. Depression, anxiety, bipolar, you take your pick. Whatever it is, imagine that that's what you've got. And the doctor asks you if you want to take medication. What would you say? See, now the first thing that I would point out is that a lot of people would argue that the doctors don't necessarily offer. It's more of a, this is what I'd recommend, so this is what you're going to do, and it's more of a command than an offer. But really we do have the opportunity to say no. So we'll look at it as an offer. So what did you decide? Did you say yes? Did you say no? Or did you want to think about it? What treatments are available to you? Now, a lot of people will argue for a lot of different things. Medication, therapy, holistic approaches. There are so many different things out there that people will advocate for as treatments for mental illness. But the main two that it seems to come down to, and the main two that really seem to butt heads, are medication and therapy. Now when I say butt heads, I don't actually mean the two things butting heads. I mean the people who would advocate for medication and the people who would advocate for therapy. Now, it is quite a heated debate sometimes because there are a lot of people who are completely against medication. And likewise there are a lot of people who say, well, therapy doesn't work. It didn't work for me. But which one should you choose? I find it's not quite as clear-cut. I find a combination of both works. Currently I'm receiving therapy, I'm also on medication, still having the medication adjusted, but really that's what I need. Currently both works for me. I've never found therapy to be particularly useful before, but currently with my current therapist I'm finding it to be a lot more beneficial. But is that the route you should take? Now, we're going to have a look. We're going to have a little look at the differences between the medication and the therapy approaches, because really the crux of the matter is about making an informed choice. Because at the end of the day, it's your choice. Yep, you, right there, you, your choice. Do you take medication? Do you take therapy? Do you take both? It's up to you. So, medication. We'll start with that one because that, in a sense, is the easiest one to look at. Medication itself comes with a lot of baggage. Side effects, be it headaches or stomach cramps, which I've had both of those. It's not fun. Really not fun. Especially when you can't sit still, but you also can't move because of blinding headache, But it comes with a lot of side effects, and they do say, read the labels. Yeah, come on, whoever reads the labels? Guilty as charged, I don't read the labels. But so, they come with a lot of side effects, a lot of potential baggage. And with a lot of medications, it's about weighing up the pros and the cons. Whether they're actually going to be more beneficial in the long run, or whether it's something that really isn't going to benefit you at all. There's also lots of different kinds of medicines. Citalopram, mirtazapine, sertraline, quetiapine, and so many more. So many more. And really, different ones work for different people. I didn't respond particularly well to citalopram. Mirtazapine was okay, but didn't quite get me to where I needed to be. But I know there are other people who respond actually quite well to it. One of my friends is on citalopram and finds it absolutely brilliant. So it's different medications for different people. But some of them can have some very bad side effects, and even some withdrawal effects when you're trying to come off them. I had an experience with one where when I was taking it I was getting extremely bad headaches. Those kind that, have you ever had the kind of migraine that's almost paralytic? That kind of effect. And I decided that I really wanted to come off them, and I got greeted with a choice. Either persevere for potentially another week and see if the side effects drop off, or stop taking it and experience the side effects for probably another week while it leaves my system. It's one of those catch-22s, isn't it? But so, medication comes under fire for a lot of these reasons. People say that you shouldn't take it because of X, Y and Z, because of their bad experiences, or just because it's not natural. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I know it's chemicals and all that, but natural, not natural. I bet some of those people wouldn't think twice about taking paracetamol for a headache or something. But so, those are the medication things, but they can work. They can get you into a better place. They won't cure your depression or anxiety or other mental illness, but they can get you into a better place. Therapy, on the other hand, is seen more as the long-term fix. It's the one that people would advocate more because you're not messing about with the chemicals, you're not doing anything that would be considered, unnatural. Makes it sound like witchcraft, really, doesn't it? Unnatural, natural. Yeah, not that I've just been watching American Horror Story. Of course not. But so therapy in itself can be great in that vein. I lost the word there. Because it can fix it in the long run. It goes much deeper than the medications ever would. It can find the root cause of the problems. And really, it's something that can benefit people a lot. Simply by sitting down, talking to somebody, it can be highly beneficial. But, I know, everybody's got a big but. I'm sitting on mine. But it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. I said before that I didn't find therapy so helpful. It's taken me a couple of therapists and psychiatrists to be able to find a therapy that works for me. So it depends really what kind of person you are, what you respond to. So those kind of are a little bit of an overview as both. You can do more research if you want to. I'm only giving you a brief overview because, hey, if I actually go full in-depth with all this, you guys are going to be here for another half an hour, and you don't really want that, do you? No, you don't want to be sat staring at this mug for another half hour. So, which should you take? Therapy? Medication? Both? Neither? Some other holistic or spiritual or dietary approach? Think of your answer that you gave me earlier. Which would you pick? Now, arguably both have pros, both have cons. Medication is used as a short-term fix, therapy is used as the long-term fix, but really, you should go with whatever works for you. Don't you think? Whatever works for you. Because it's not about what works for me. I can sit here and say that medication has changed my life until the cows come home. Which, yeah, given that I've passed quite a few in the field this morning, taking the kids to school, yeah, the cows have come home. Or I can say that therapy didn't work, or is kind of working, until I'm blue in the face. But really, what I think, and what your neighbour thinks, or your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, whatever they think, doesn't matter. That's their experience, that's their journey. You have to find what works for you. For me, it's a combination. Medication and therapy. Put the two together and what have you got? No, not bibbity boppity boom. I can hear the Disney fans there. Yeah, you can tell I've got a 3-year-old. But put them together and you've got something that works for me. You've got the medication keeping me level, keeping me stable, and getting me in the right place for therapy to be beneficial. For others, go straight in with the therapy. Great, it works. For some, go with the medication. It works. Done. Dusted. So whatever works for you. Now, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on this, because it's something that a lot of people have really talked about, and I've been caught up in a couple of debates on social media about it. So if you're on Twitter, I'd love for you to get in touch at Alex Davis PBTS. It will appear on the screen as well for you, so just Alex Davis PBTS, and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. But that's it for this week. Now, next week we will be having an eating disorder awareness week, because it's not something that I've done a lot about. It's not something that I've necessarily known a lot about. So we've got some great people who are going to help us with talking about these eating disorders. We've got Hope Virgo. Very excited. She's doing a podcast episode and a post for us, so you're going to want to stay tuned for those. The page itself, just advertising this, will be live. The link will be in the description for you as well. We're also going to have Elle Rose, who does a lot of videos on YouTube, has her own YouTube channel. Again, link in the description. And we've got others as well. A post from Hannah Brown, and Cheryl and I are both going to be talking about it as well. So it's going to be a great week. We hope you tune in. And if you haven't already, go over to the website, subscribe to the YouTube channel here as well, and you'll get all of the updates. That's all from me though. You guys take care. You have a great week. Catch you next time. Bye bye.